Hey guys, Joe DeMarco from the Crazy New York Driver Show. Today is Tuesday, April 30th, 2019. Today we're going to discuss the eBay Spring Seller Update. Don't worry, we're going to do that inside. But I just wanted you to see that every single day we get clouds and rain. It's not just on Fridays. No matter what day of the week, we have clouds and rain. And they said this trend is going to continue till at least next Tuesday. No sun scheduled, no spring, nothing but clouds and rain for poor Joe. But let's go inside now and let's discuss the eBay Spring Seller 2019 update. Now we're going to discuss the seller update. And I'm only going to discuss the salient points, the points that I feel are most going to affect you good people, and myself of course. I do not have notes printed out. I will be reading directly from my Mac, so let's get to it. In this update, eBay is talking about seller protection, and touting it in fact. But before we get onto the topic of seller protection, we're going to start off with managed payments. I don't know how many of you guys have opted into the managed payments program, but eBay is going to be integrating PayPal and Google Pay into the managed payments program. That, I think, is a good step. Although, like many of you guys, I am not yet into the managed payments program. The reason I decided to wait is because a lot of my buyers prefer to pay with PayPal. They love PayPal, so I wanted to wait. At some point I will be opting in, and I will let you know at that time when I do, so you can track my progress. The next topic is what they call seller growth tools. I have some good news for some of you guys. I'm going to scratch. You no longer have to have an eBay store to participate in promoted listings. Now even small sellers who do not have an eBay store can opt into the promoted listings feature. I find promoted listings to be very, very effective. And I highly recommend it to all you sellers. Try it, see how it works for you. As you may know, I strongly suggest everybody bid 1% no matter what category you're selling in. Because even a small bid of 1% will get your item featured twice on eBay, in its normal listing and as a promoted listing. So please listen to Joe. I recommend promoted listings highly. Also in this update is best offer updates, offer to buyers, and volume pricing. Offer to buyers is something that many of you should have, but you may not. In order to see if you have it, you need to go into your seller hub, and you would click on all selling, and you will see a list of your items that are for sale, and hopefully you will see a button that says send offer to buyers or send offer to watches, one of those two. And of course your item has to have watches on it before you can send them an offer. So if you have an item that you're selling for, let's say $30, and you have a watcher on there, you have the option to send them an offer for, let's say, $25 if you want. eBay is offering what they call the Seller Hub bulk edit feature, where you can do all your editing from Seller Hub, and it will be a big time saver for everybody. I think this is very good news, and I give eBay a big thumbs up for this improvement. eBay has also been hyping volume pricing. This is for you sellers who have quantity listings. Let's say you're selling red t-shirts, and each t-shirt is $20, and you have a quantity of 10 of them. However, you want to opt into volume pricing, so if somebody buys 2 or more t-shirts, you're willing to sell them at $18 per shirt. Or if they buy, let's just say, 3 or more t-shirts, you're willing to sell them at $15 per shirt. That is volume pricing. I've been testing it out on my items, and I'm lukewarm about it, only because I think it's a great idea, but it depends on the category in which you're selling in. So if you're selling t-shirts, for example, you may find this very helpful because everybody goes through a lot of t-shirts. I sell in eBay Motors, specifically hubcaps. So if somebody's only missing one, most likely they're not going to try and buy 2 or 3 from me, even if I'm willing to lower the price. But it's worked for me a few times, and I hope it works for you too. eBay is making a few changes in inventory optimization as well. This only affects specific categories. I'm just going to read the categories really quick. I don't know if it's going to affect any of you guys. It's not affecting me, but it's going to affect books, business and industrial, cell phones and accessories, collectibles, computers, tablets and networking, consumer electronics, everything else, health and beauty, home and garden, pet supplies, sporting goods, video games, and consoles. So if you're selling in any of those categories, as of June of this year, June 2019, there may be some changes to your particular category. You're going to want to read the seller update specifically to read about that. And if you didn't get it on your own, there will be a link in the first comment below. eBay is also emphasizing item specifics and keywords. These are very important. No matter what category you sell in, you need to fill in your item specifics. eBay is not trying to be difficult about this. They're saying this because a lot of people search, for instance, by part number. I try and put manufacturer part numbers for all the items that I sell, because a lot of people actually do search by the manufacturer part number. I do it myself occasionally, and I find it very helpful, and it gets me a lot of hits on eBay. There is an update regarding the good till cancel cycle, and I think a lot of you guys were upset about this a few months ago when eBay said they were ending the short-term duration listings and everything in fixed price has to go good till canceled. eBay is now going to go by a calendar month for all good till canceled listings. For instance, if you list an item, let's just say on May the 3rd, the calendar month will then go over to June the 3rd, exactly 1 month. If you start a listing on June the 5th, the calendar month goes over to July the 5th. On those few months that have 31 days, if you list an item on March 31st, in that case, it would flip over to April 30th. Again, I don't know if a lot of you guys are going to be concerned about that, but it will be in the seller update, which will be posted below. Me, I run all my stuff good till canceled with no expiration date because I don't want to delist anything. I want my stuff out in the marketplace so it will sell. Something new that they're doing now is something called auto relist on canceled transactions. That means if somebody buys your item and then wants to cancel, and you accept the cancellation, you can then automatically relist it right from the screen in front of you when you accept the cancellation. In addition, if somebody buys your item and there's a problem, what I call buyer remorse, let's say somebody buys it and says they bought the wrong size or the wrong color, all right, and you accept the return, bang. Once you close out the return, you can then automatically relist it right there from that screen. That also applies to if you have a problem with the transaction. Let's say the buyer gives you a bum address. I actually had one of them a week ago. So it does happen, probably more than you think. So this is, I would say, good. This facilitates things. There are some sellers, you professional sellers out there, that may be able to qualify for paying a sales tax exemption. If you have a certified tax number, there is a link in the newsletter that you can click, and you can provide that your tax form or your tax number to eBay, and you will be registered and you will not have to pay sales tax in the states that are collecting it. eBay is touting something called enhanced seller protections in this newsletter. I am big on seller protections. I love it when eBay says they're going to protect us. But let's be clear, let's be crystal clear exactly what's being said here. Now listen to me. Here's where I'm going to start getting a little bit loud and raising my voice if you don't pay attention to me, all right? So pay attention, okay? As you guys know, that in the past, sellers offering free returns can still bear the dings of a return of an item not as described, despite offering free returns. Can you believe that? Let me just jump on that for a second. If you offer free returns for any reason, all right, and the buyer clicks on not as described, not only do you have to pay the return, but you get a ding for an item not as described. I didn't actually know that because I'm not in free returns myself. But I thought that's something I should pass to you right now. A buyer could easily click on wrong color or change mind or whatever, bought by accident, and you wouldn't get the ding. But there are some buyers that are just bad news. Not very many. No, not very many, a very small percentage. But no innocent seller should ever fall victim to a fishy buyer. I've always said that before. In this newsletter, eBay has promised more protections for sellers. However, eBay is purposefully vague, stating it will be harsher with offending buyers. But I'm asking how? As you know, in the past, there has always been a small link that says report this buyer. Now, I don't think there's anybody out there that's going to question whether or not they actually even look at that, because you know how I feel on that. As I said, although eBay is touting enhanced seller protections, they are extremely vague in how they're going to protect us. They have not come out and said one specific way that they're going to protect us. Is unwarranted bad feedback automatically removed? eBay doesn't state a clear policy. Again, it states it backs good sellers. It says they will back us. What that means is that if you get an unwarranted bad feedback, you have to stop what you're doing, call customer service, and hope you get a good representative who knows what he or she is doing. Anyone that's been watching my videos for the last few months know that something like that happened to me recently, where I was threatened with feedback abuse. I was left a neutral feedback unfairly because I would not kowtow and give somebody a $20 partial refund. I do not bow to bullies. End of story. I will accept full returns. If he wanted to send the item back for a full return, that's no problem. But as you know, the point I'm trying to make here is the first rep I got really did not know what she was doing. Not at all. And she said it was not feedback abuse when it was. Luckily, I contacted eBay for Business. Bang. They removed the feedback like that. So my point is, guys, though I am still a huge eBay fan, that will never change. And I encourage all of you to keep selling on eBay as you're doing. I don't see anything in this newsletter where eBay is actually showing us a way that they're going to enhance seller protections. That's my personal feeling. They are saying that they are going to be vigilant against illegal dropship policies. As you know, drop shipping will be permitted on eBay if you have a legit drop shipper. That's right, you must have a legit supplier of goods that you have contracted with to supply you, and that in that case will be fine. But if eBay catches you drop shipping, let's say from Walmart, listing your stuff on eBay that you don't have, then buying the stuff on, let's say, I hate to even use the Amazon word, but I will, Amazon, they will take action, is what they're saying. I don't actually know how they'll be able to differentiate who is doing it correctly and who is doing it illegally. I don't really want to keep you guys too long on this update. In fact, I'm already over 20 minutes, which is way too long. I only plan to make a 10-minute video. But I want to give you my consensus, my opinion on the spring seller update. I don't see anything bad. I don't see anything that will hurt us. I do see some improvements in Seller Hub and some improvements in bulk editing. That's good news. The fact that you smaller sellers can now opt into promoted listings even if you don't have a store, I think that's good for you, and I think you should jump on it. The only criticism I have, and I'm using the word criticism, has to do with seller protection. Because on one side, they're saying, we are increasing seller protection. But then when you read down, there's no explanation and no clear-cut policy explained or initiated that's going to help us. Basically, in my opinion, everything will remain as the status quo. If you encounter a problem, as you have in the last, 6 months or 1 year, you'll still have to call eBay customer service to get it rectified. And as far as reporting a bad buyer, I don't see that as an improvement. They used to have a small button that said report a buyer. Now they're going to have a larger button that says report a buyer. But what difference is it going to make? That's what I want to know. There was no clear-cut explanation given. They didn't say, for instance, once you click that button, it will go to a team within 24 hours who will investigate the matter and make a decision. Nothing. No promises were made or implied. And what's important, this is the point here. You're talking to somebody who loves eBay. I love eBay. But I always come out here and I give you guys straight talk. I call it as I see it. Once again, to rehash, I don't see anything in this update that's going to hurt us. There are some improvements with the flow in Seller Hub. That's good. As far as seller protection and reporting bad buyers, I don't see any improvement whatsoever. That's my personal feeling. But I want to know yours, and I want to know right now. I stopped what I was doing on a Tuesday to make this video, so I want to hear comments from you guys. Please read the spring seller update. Comment below. I want to hear your thoughts. And the reason why I want to hear your thoughts is because I care. Before I sign off, I'm going to have a drink from the Fox News Cup O Life. This is the Fox News Cup O Life. Happy is he who drinks from it. It's always good to have a drink from the Fox News Cup O Life on a cloudy, rainy, dismal northeast day. Yeah, guys, sometimes you do what you gotta do. You know, I knew that the seller update was coming out today. I didn't know what time. I got the seller update at around 11 o'clock in the morning. Now it's afternoon time, so I'm kind of rushing through to get this out by the time I get home tonight. I'm Crazy New York Driver, and you're not. Thank you for watching my video. I come out here each week, and sometimes during the week, to try and help you guys be successful on eBay. If you think I'm doing a good job, please leave me a thumbs up. It tells me that I'm appreciated and I'm on the right track. If you don't think I did a good job, please tell me in the comments section below, and I'll be more than happy to address it next week. Remember, I'm a seller friend, not a seller critic or skeptic of any kind. I've solved a lot of problems. I've never worn a mask. I'm still making money online. Some people say I'm world renowned, and I could even be a CEO or possibly a CFO or whatever the heck. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Go out there and make a lot of money on eBay this week. I'll see you guys Friday night with some more information. Rock on and peace! Yeah, at this time, I have somebody standing in for me who will close the video out with those 3 magic words you all love so much.